Good.
How was your day?
Fantastic. No rain.
How'd you guys look? First day in full pads, right?
Yeah, first day in full pads. Install number 5 with more install going in. Thought they handled it really well. I thought they came out with energy after 5 days of practice and executed really, really well today. I was excited about it.
How much credit does Drew get for that? You talked about it some, him getting those guys together. He said that they grabbed some old playbooks and stuff like that and tried to basically run real practices on their own this summer. Does he get some credit for how, I guess, smooth things have gone to this point?
Well, that's their job. I think everybody was a part of that this summer, you know. We talked to him about the first meeting. We talked to him about we've got high expectations for this offense. And with high expectations, you got to pay a price. And we believe they can do it. But now it's about coming out here. And the coach talked about the fine strokes. And you have the fine strokes. And then with the fine strokes, that's the detail. And what I saw today was the detail, you know. And we just got to do that. Now it becomes the consistency part of it. If you can be consistent and do it, you got a chance. We can't be up and down as an offense throughout the year. You got no chance. There's going to be some highs and lows in the game, but you got to be consistent when you're doing it and recovering that short-term memory. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I'm trying not to get anybody shot.
I apologize.
No, it's all good. I'm just trying to miss anybody else.
Eddie, do you have a specific number of wide receivers that you want in a rotation? How do you?
No, you know, you got to play the best ones. You got to play the ones that are producing, and that's what we're finding out right now. The one thing that we have right now that's a great thing at the wide receiver position, we got guys competing. I mean, they're competing to get on the field, and they're competing at the running back position to get on the field. Justin Riggs is pushing Greg Hart and CJ to get on the field. I mean, it's awesome. And when you do that, you got a chance. Landon Young's pressing our guys to go out there and play. And when you have competition, then that's what's going to make a better football team. And I think they've done a great job here recruiting to make it to where you do have competition.
Eddie, Mark mentioned Justin Riggs yesterday. You just mentioned it. What do you like about him?
Soft hands, listens, loves the game. Will stick your face in there. He's 6, whatever, 100 and 240 and can run. All those things I love.
What are you seeing from Greg and from CJ, and how do they sort of push each other? And specifically, what does Greg add to?
Well, Greg, actually, you know, people, it's interesting. Greg can run. You know, he can run pretty well. He's really good in and out of his breaks. And I think they bring 2 guys that are athletic but like each other, you know, and I think they push each other, and I think that's what makes them have fun every day and to compete, you know.
Have you used any 2 tight end sets? Is that something that you ponder?
No.
So you feel good about depth there with the departure of Darryl Long? You still like what you have there?
Can't have enough tight ends. You really can't. It's the one that, to me, is one of the toughest athletes to recruit, is the tight end. The big, tall guy that can have athleticism and catch the ball and run and do things in space. So, but yeah, we'll be okay. We got some fullback type guys, bodies that can do the exact same thing, and so that works out.
What about Landon Young has stood out even with 1 day of pads?
You know, freshman, I'm not going to jump on any wagon there yet, but he's got a lot going on with all the calls and everything. He's got, but boy, you can see is that saw a lot of toughness in him, you know, and you know it's hard when the first couple of days you go with no pads, and then they put the pads on, and you can just see he's not backing down. He's honing his craft, and I love that. He's a good football player.
Eddie, you talked about install. When camp began, how much did you have left to install in your office? Or is this just going back over what you did?
Really today, you know, is our 5 installs, and we've got it all in, 3rd down red zone. But we had told you at the beginning that we were going to challenge them. So tomorrow's going to be interesting because we got a double day, and we're still installing 2 more, another day. We got another something that they have not done. They didn't do it in the summer, and they didn't do it last spring. This is stuff from study that we felt like we could do, and we were going to try it. So we've got some stuff that we're going to put in tomorrow that will be interesting to see how they handle it, because now you're putting new stuff in, and then we're going to go back to install 1 and 5. Now it's a big jumble of everything, and now, you know, we'll see where they're at.
With the whole part whole philosophy?
Absolutely. You know, you can do it either way. You can throw it all up on the wall, see what sticks, or baby them and say, hey, here you go, here you go. I've just been with guys and the coordinators that I grew up with, They threw it all up there and said, let's go. Then, when we get ready 2 weeks out, hey, let's look at our cut-ups. Let's see what we're doing well, what's our best personnel, and then go from there.
Does that depend on who you're coaching or who's coaching them? You know what I'm saying? The various ways of teaching. Is it what you're comfortable with, or do you have to read your personnel?
Personnel, absolutely. We got to see what our personnel can do. Where are we most successful at? What plays? You know, it might be a scheme, just take out. You know, we might be good against our defense right now, but whoever we're playing that week might not run that certain defense. That scheme's not good. So let's take out those things that aren't good against that, and let's put in the rest of it that we thought was good against that defense, and then go.
How's Drew throwing the ball so far in camp?
Good. On target, the last 2 days have been really good. Getting up in that 70 percentile, 68, 69, 70. That's, you know, if you're there, you're doing real. And those are in team, tried live team situations. So, you know, he was a little low at the beginning. Shoulder pads on since April, you know. But yeah, last 2 days he's been on target. Steven's been on target too. I've been happy with him too in terms of his percentage of target throws.
What have you seen out of K'Wan Ross, and what can he sort of add to that receiver mix?
Well, you know, he's lost a little bit, you know, but he's trying. He's that big body that you love at receiver, you know. And I tell you, he's got more explosion than I thought. But he's just kind of trying to get back into it. You know, he's so far behind. But hopefully we can get him ready, and then he's a guy that can help us, whether it be game 3 or game 6. You know, if he can be ready, then we'll put him in there. But we want to make sure that he's ready.
You mentioned JoJo as a potential leader. What do you see from him kind of vocally out on the field? And have you seen an evolution even since you got here?
That evolution is interesting with JoJo. Because you got to learn you got to know when to turn it on and turn it off in terms of when you're going to have fun. You know, that JoJo, as you know, he likes to have fun and laugh. But when JoJo gets out here, he practices. He gets after it, okay? And so he and I are just kind of getting to know each other of when he needs to be like that and not to be like that. But he tries with the team. He is trying to be a leader, but he just got to understand me and my personality, because when we get out here, it's different. When we're in our meeting room and we're going through things, then man, let's have fun and all that. I laugh out here and we have a good time, but when we get inside the white lines, it's time to go to work.
Who on this roster most mirrors your personality? Is there a player that reminds you of yourself?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know who that would be.
Maybe you're one of a kind.
I'm a little crazy. I lose it out there a little bit. You know, with the intensity, you know, I like Nick and Toth at the O-line, you know. They're always they're locked in everything that you do. You know what I mean? I mean, they really, you can hear them talking to the O-line when something's not going right. So I'd say those two guys, you know, they might not get as vocal as I do, but, you know, when they talk, they listen. And I think that's what you need.
Last one.
Any hesitancy from Boom today, being in full pads for the first time back out in contact since spring?
I've been excited about doing what he's doing. You know, he's running the ball vertical. And it's got to be a one cut, and it's got to be vertical. We can't go side to side now, not in this league. So if he wants to play at the next league, you better learn how to get vertical. And you know what? That's what he's doing. And he's dropping pad, and I'm excited where he's at. Right? One more, she didn't get it.
What do you see?
Well, I think what he's doing right now is that he's managing everybody. You know, if somebody's not lined up right, he now knows, hey, come on, get over there. You know, we got motion starting there, you're coming this way. That's what he's got to do. If that back's on the wrong side, hey, come on. And we didn't see that much in the spring, and I'm asking him to be more vocal that way, because if the back's on the wrong side, eventually it's going to be him that gets his rear end knocked into the dirt, you know? So he's got to be in control, and he's got to know it all.
Eddie, can you talk about the guard competition going on?
It's awesome. I mean, it really is. They're battling. And not only at the guard, though, but we're gonna move guys around. You know, we're gonna put guys out from guard, maybe out to tackle, because you got to develop 3 or 4 tackles. You know, and so that's what we're gonna do in the next. Coach Schlarman's doing that in some one-on-one drills and so forth. And we'll start adding those guards to go out to tackle in team drills where they can get some live stuff.
Okay, folks.